this marketplace that your business and my business exist within is not really made to make us comfortable. Hi, this is Mark Silver with Heart of Business, and this is actually really important because when we realize that this entire marketplace, this economy, was not really designed over the last couple hundred years to be supportive of small businesses. It's not meant to it's not designed with us in mind, really. And a lot of the standard business practices are really, really painful and toxic. And the reason why this is important, we know this, right? If you've been following me for any bit of time or you're just awake in the world around business, you know this. But the reason why this is important is because we have to be able to discern between two different things. One is the basic discernment of, wow, this marketplace sucks. I don't mean to be so negative, but sometimes we just have to acknowledge the difficulties that are built into it, you know? If you're in the middle of a storm, you want to acknowledge you're in a storm. You don't want to go out in your shorts and t-shirt and get soaked and freezing. You want to be prepared for that. However, in addition to that, business has a lot of skills and areas that are required that even if you're doing very heart-based approaches, ethical, full of integrity, they may still be very new to you and be uncomfortable in that way. Uncomfortable in the way of needing to learn something new. Uncomfortable in terms of needing to find a path forward that isn't the toxic path. And I wanted to highlight this because when we're aware of how uncomfortable the marketplace is and how it's not designed for us and the toxicity, it may have us turn away from it completely and miss the places where our business is actually asking us, calling us to step into something that's uncomfortable but not toxic. There are, for instance, really toxic ways of selling. The rapid action discount. If you decide while you're on this call with me, I'll give you $2,000 off. And, these other kinds of pressure-filled tactics that are wanting to circumvent your deeper knowing and your own decision-making process from your own sovereignty and activating that fear of loss, fear of missing out, which is really terrible. However, so you can learn heart-centered ways to be in a sales conversation that don't have any of that manipulation, that is much more about finding what's true and making sure that you're here to help people. So, yeah, I'm curious if hearing this is ringing any bells for you. And if you're able to right now look at your business and discern where is it that you're needing to grow through some discomfort because it's new or you're not quite sure what the path is there, versus the discomfort that comes from wisdom of, oh, this is not good. I don't want to do this. I want to avoid this. It's not so subtle once you're aware of it, but when you're not aware of it, it can feel very subtle. But often just bringing your attention to it, you can begin to tell the difference. And so, I'm curious what you're noticing. I'm curious what you're noticing. And if you can give yourself that space to avoid the toxic while still being open to being uncomfortable to learn something new. All right. Peace and blessings to you and your business.